In last week's episode, y'all, we had a good time. Y'all watched me put together a whole row of built-in bookcases in my office using the IKEA brimless cabinets, and they are absolutely gorgeous. You guys have been phenomenal as far as the support is concerned, and I am so excited to share next steps with the office for you guys. But with all that work, child, we tired. So today, instead of going straight back to the office, we're going to talk about a few updates that have been happening in some other parts of the house. We've made a couple of design changes to the design inspiration that was sent over by Heavenly here in the living room. So we'll chat about what those look like. We had a couple of new pieces come in, so I'll share the details on those. I even tried my hand at a little bit of fall decoration. So I'd be curious to hear your thoughts on that. But today we're just going to relax, have some fun, and talk home updates. So let's hop into today's video. Hey friends, hey! Welcome back to another episode of the vlog. So glad you're here. So last week you watched as I installed the built-in cabinets in my office, which was great. The response to that video was absolutely amazing. And I am absolutely pleased with the way that they came out. This week, not much has happened in the office just because I've been busy with work. Tim's been busy with work and I don't want to go in there and do anything else by myself. So we hadn't got a lot of progress done in the office, but hopefully fingers crossed this weekend I can get it painted so that we can start furnishing it. So because we hadn't done a lot in the office, I figured we can come back to the living room. There's been a couple of things that have happened in the living room since we last spoke. And I'm trying to series the content out so that we stay in one space, but with the way furniture is set up and delivery and stuff like that, it's kind of hard to kind of follow that process. So as things happen around the house, we're just gonna jump around, and hopefully you're okay with that because that's all the options that I have. So today we're gonna talk about a couple of things that have happened in the living room. I finally got the wall sconces from Z Gallery. I put them up. We'll talk about how I kind of feel about where they are. It's been a little cool in the mornings here in Texas, so I decided that, you know, we got this new house, all this space, all this opportunity. We may as well participate in some fall decorations, and summer kind of solidified it for me. I pulled out a few of the decorations that I already owned and just kind of put them out. And when she came home from school, they weren't even styled and she just went crazy. So that was enough for me to be like, you know what? Don't act like that. Go ahead and decorate for the season. You know, the kids will love it. Morgan, who is my 9-year-old, she was totally invested in making sure stuff was getting where it was supposed to be. So I'll show you what we've done so far. We just started this literally like yesterday, so this is still a work in progress, but we've got some things that we're trying to pull together so that we could at least have some fall decor up through, I'm not going to promise through Thanksgiving because I usually am the girl that as soon as October is done, we move into Christmas. But at least for the month of October, we can enjoy some fall stuff, some fall smells in the house and so on and so forth. So today we'll do that. And then hopefully by next week, we'll have the office painted. There are some furniture pieces that have been ordered. Hadn't got the tracking information on them yet for the office, but we'll talk about like what the furniture plan is for the space so that you can kind of see where we're going. So super excited to chat with you guys today. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name is Kay. I'm a wife and a mom and a content creator. We created this channel just to document our process of building our new construction home. And now that we're taking our time week over week, just customizing it and turning it into our actual home that is specific for our needs. I took some time to really think about like, what do we deliver on the channel? And I think one of my primary goals as we're sharing through this, I know my shopping style is a little unique. My style is a little unique. I like color. I like to incorporate a multitude of styles. I guess you could call it eclectic, but not crazy grandma eclectic, but just, you know, I like what I like, and I like to pull it together to make it look good, but I also like finding pieces that are a little unique, that are not, you know, as widespread as you may find in some of the big box retailers. And when I find those pieces, I try to get with those retailers to give them to get access to you guys. So a lot of times when you're shopping, I work in the design industry, you know, some places will only sell to the trade, but I think one of my primary goals is to help homeowners find pieces that are unique to their style, that they know not too many people will have. And that doesn't mean the whole house is going to look like that, but you know, where you want it to be, you can find people and stores that will furnish that for you and not have to pay ridiculous amounts of money in order to get it. So when I find those retailers, I like to introduce them to you guys. Usually that comes with some type of offer, a discount or something like that, so you can experience them as well. So if you're into that type of thing, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you like today's video, feel free to like the video, turn on the bell notification so you never miss an upload, even share it with a friend, child. And if you want to learn more about me and my family and how we roll, you can check us out all over the internet. We're everywhere as K Whitaker, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all the places, Pinterest as K Whitaker. But that's enough talking for now. Let's hop into today's updates. So since we're already in the living room, we might as well chat living room updates. So the last time we were together and we talked about the living room, we talked about how I got Heyyyyy, which is an online design service, to kind of put together a design concept for me here in this space. And I love the design concept. It is great. I think it was absolutely beautiful. And I've pulled from that design concept the things that I love and I want to incorporate in the home. And I have made some slight changes. So a couple of those changes are actually what we're looking at today. Over the fireplace was sourced to be a little harder than what I wanted the fireplace to be. It was sourced with a really small mirror, with a couple of accessories, which it was pretty on paper, but I went out and tested some stuff and we talked about it. And when we tested it, I didn't like it. So I went back to the drawing board and I was like, okay, how do I make this fireplace warm, cozy to be exactly what it is going to be? And also tell a color story within the entire space, because this living room connects to the dining room and there has to be a connection of what's going on in here. And I also don't want it to be ultra feminine, which I felt like the design I got from Heyyyyy. And it wasn't anything on the designer. I gave her the instructions, but it was super feminine. And it wasn't suitable, I think, for the entire family. So I changed up some stuff. And some of those changes we're going to talk about in just a second, but let's focus on that fireplace for just a minute. I'm going to actually bring you closer so you can see what's going on with the fireplace. And then we'll talk about this amazing wall because there's a couple of things going on over here that I'm super, super excited about. So let's pull in real quick and let's talk about what we did differently on the fireplace, and then we'll head over to the wall. All right, so first things first, as it relates to the fireplace, originally we had it sourced for like a mirror to be here where this artwork is. Black trim mirror is really, really pretty. But it was just a tad bit harder than what I wanted it to be. And I really wanted to soften this up. So I bought a test mirror, took it back. That was the same size as the mirror that was sourced from Heyyyyy. I decided I didn't like it. We took it back. And then we kind of landed here. Now, some of this stuff I already had. Most of it I already had. This artwork was a piece that I've had for many, many, many years now. I've gotten hit up at Instagram hand over fist about where this artwork came from. And I'm not quite sure. I want to say it either came from Home Goods or at home. I'm not sure. But this has been a couple of years since I've had it. It's a 40 by 40 piece, which is not too big. And it's not too small. So if you look up at the wall, there's still wall space, but it was something about that 30-30 round mirror that just wasn't doing it for me. But this 40 by 40 piece works. I haven't put it up on the wall yet just because I've been playing with some stuff, but I think I'm going to lift it off of the fireplace about 3 inches so there's a little bit of white space. And I think that sits perfectly. Over here, I put some plants just because I've got it sourced for a tree, and until I get the tree, I wanted to add some greenery here just to see what it looks like. These plants actually came out of my bathroom, and I have every intention on putting them back. But for the time being, I wanted to see what a green story would look like there, what a nature story would look like there. And I actually really, really like that. So until I decide on what plant is going to go there, because while this room is bright, this is still not a direct sunspot. So I'm going to have something here that will be able to tolerate a lower light scenario. So I've got to figure out what that's going to be. But until then, I think this tells a great story. It's really pretty. But I'll change that out with the big pot and plant soon. Y'all know I have been teetering on the fence about fall decorations. So I've been trying to dip my toe in, and this is the only piece of fall decor that we have here on the fireplace. And I think that's plenty. But I loved this. I got this from the Home Goods, this candlestick. So pretty. I think it just adds just a small tad touch of elegance to the corner. And then we've got this structural piece here that I think I also got from Home Goods, that I think just, added just enough to the silhouette to make it worth looking at. And when you look at it from like the sofa area here, I'm going to sit on the sofa. At night when we're in here, it's super, super cozy. And I actually absolutely love the way that makes me feel. And it's almost fireplace weather, so I can just imagine what that's going to look like with the fireplace on. But I think it's just simple enough to bring some cozy to the room without overwhelming this actual wall with stuff. Okay, so let's talk about this wall, because there are some changes that we made to this wall. And I'm so sorry, y'all. We're recording in the morning and the sun be sunning. But on this wall, I know there was discussions that we had even here on the channel about whether or not I was going to paint this accent wall black or blue, because they had actually given two options. And it was black and it was this blue color. And as you can see, we landed on the blue color just because I am a color girl. Like, I am head over heels in love with color. It doesn't have to be like jungalo color, but I do like pops of color every now and again. So I decided to go on the blue wall because I just think that I can make this color palette work: blues, greens, browns, just kind of pulling it together in the rest of the house as well. And I knew that I had to commit to something here because this wall is a 2-story wall, as you can see. And my dad and uncle, they were so sweet. They drove 3 hours to come paint this wall for me. And I think they did a pretty good job. But I say all of that to say, this is a 2-story wall that could be seen from up here. Like, if you stand up there in the game rooms area, you can absolutely see what's going on here. So this was a statement that I knew was going to be a statement throughout the entire first floor once you came in through the kitchen. So because of that, I wanted to make sure that I committed to something that I was going to absolutely love. And the black for me was a little more muted. And I know that sounds crazy, but the black for me was a little harsher than what I wanted it to be. I still wanted it warm. I still wanted it cozy. And I see some people that can do black and it's just beautiful. And I don't doubt that the black would be pretty. I just think it would have been a little more simple than what we are as a family. So we decided on the blue. Now, once we decided on the blue, I said, okay, from a TV stand perspective, am I going to get the TV stand that Heyyyyy sourced, or am I going to go out on my own and find my own? So in the original concept, Heyyyyy sourced the TV stand, same size, but it was a lot more mid-century modern, a lot more simple. And I felt like that was cool for the design that they had put together. But because I've changed the design, we'll talk about what the change is going to be in just a second, I needed to bring a little bit of film touch back here. And I also wanted to connect the brass story from this side of the wall, because these are brass elements. And I'll tell you where I got this from in just a second. I wanted to incorporate the brass story from this side of the wall all the way over to that side of the wall, because I knew, and I'm sorry, you may not be able to see this good. I'll get some closer up footage. I knew those sconces were coming, and I wanted to be able to tie the story in from here, all the way over to here, from here to the kitchen, where we've got some touches of brass. I just wanted to connect it around the outskirts of the room. And this, I think, did it. Now, because this was such a statement wall, I wanted a piece that was also going to bring some oomph to the wall, because this part of the room is going to be we're going to bring it down from what was in the picture, and I'll show you what that's going to look like in just a second. So I actually went shopping at a store called Living Spaces. I've introduced you guys to them before. They're not one of those unique stores, that we're talking about, but they've got a section in Living Spaces called Elements. And Elements, basically, what it is, and here I'll come back on camera. Basically, what the Elements department is they make like these handcrafted pieces that are a few of a kind. I won't call them one of a kind, because some of them are more than one, but I like to shop in the area. They make sideboards like this one. They make cabinets. They make some of those staple pieces that you want to be around for a little while. And you want them to be kind of special. So one Saturday I was like, hey babe, let's go to Living Space and see if we can find a sideboard. And we ran across this one amongst quite a few others. And I was like, I gotta have it. I went to the website. It wasn't on the website. They were like, hey, we only got like 2 of those. So I went ahead and purchased it, and I absolutely love it. So this is a walnut. I don't even know how to call it, but the doors are soft close. It's made out of real wood. So we've got 4 doors, 4 drawers, got some pretty thick shelves and plenty of storage. The doors are soft close, which I absolutely love, so my kids can't beat it up. The drawers are not. You just pull those out and then just kind of push them in. But it's absolutely beautiful. I think it's such a pretty piece. And I think it adds like a really nice piece of jewelry to the wall. So I'm pleased with that decision. So up top was sourced for artwork. But because I have artwork here, I think I'm going to do a different type of wall decor up top. There's this, and I don't know if I'm saying it right, but there's this artwork called like Juju, I believe it is. And they're these really pretty, soft, I'll insert a picture of them. And I'm thinking I'm going to do 2 of those. They're kind of tribal. I just hadn't decided on the color yet. So once I figure out what kind of color I want to put up there, I think I'm going to order 2 of those and get those installed up on the wall. Tim may be able to do that. And then I think that will complete what's going on over here. Okay? So talking about changes to the design plan, Heyyyyy sourced this part of the room for a sofa that has like a chase lounge on it and a couple of chairs up here, brass coffee table, brass side table, lamps, all that good stuff, which in my opinion, the brass got kind of heavy. So I was like, well, what can I do? And you know what? I'll come back to camera and we can chat about this real quick. Hold on one second. So when I was looking at the sofa plans and getting ready to order the sofas, I was like, well, this is super feminine. Like the chairs had brass arms on them, very beautiful chairs. Like I'm trying to figure out where else I could put those chairs in my house. But it felt really feminine for me. And I was like, ooh, I kind of want to calm this down a little bit. This is not my space. My space is going to be super feminine, super like, you know, girl power. But in here, I want everybody to be comfortable. I want the husband to be able to feel like he can come and sit down and just relax, watch TV. I know he's got his media room, but we've been spending a lot of time in this space. So I was like, okay, what can I do to kind of soften this a little bit so that it brings the whole family into consideration instead of just me? I could have very well done that with the Heyyyyy girl, but by this time, the project's already done. I've already given her instructions. Like I said, I was rushing when I put it together. So I took my time to try to source some stuff and figure out what to do. So y'all know I like color. So in addition to the color, I was like, well, the office is going to be a greenish color. So how do I pull those two color stories together? Because that door will be open. And I was like, ooh, I could do it through the furniture. And that's what I did. So I've been working closely with a company called RST Brands, just trying to figure out how I can introduce them to you guys. So originally I ran into them because I ran across some outdoor furniture that I loved. And our backyard has kind of come to a pause just because we waiting on approvals and stuff. So we weren't able to kind of put that into place. The season has kind of passed, stuff like that. So, you know, we both were invested in each other, and they were like, well, how can we work with you, you know, until that time comes? And I was like, well, I'm doing the living room. They are new to the indoor space. And I was like, I'd love to help you guys, you know, kind of reintroduce your indoor furniture to an audience of people and see how it goes. So we've been in conversation for a couple of months now, just going back and forth. And I was so excited because these sofas, this mood board is the mood board that I finalized on, pulling some elements from Heyyyyy, but also bringing in my own sense of style. And they showed me these sofas. And I was like, that's it. That's the thing that I need that is going to help tie these two rooms together. So, sofas on order. They're not even on the website yet. So they're already on order. I should have them by either late October, mid-November. I am the first one to get them. But I am going to, you know, once they have them up on the website, I'll be able to link to them and stuff. You can go check out their Instagram and kind of see what their style is and stuff. I'll leave that link down below. But oh my gosh, I'm so excited because I liked the Chase Lounge, but I wanted, so like right now here, I'll show you. So right now we have, let's see, we have this big sofa, this big sectional. This is a huge sectional. It's like 105 by like, I want to say 100, something like that, maybe. But it's big. It's cozy. It's really cozy for the space, but this is probably going to move to either upstairs or to the media room until we figure out what's going to go on in there. But I love the cozy feeling, but I didn't want the sectional because I feel like the sectional cuts off the space for whatever reason. So I was like, well, okay, well, how do I create cozy without the sectional? And I was like, oh, well, I could do two sofas. And I was like, okay, well, I could do one sofa here along this wall. And then I can do two chairs, which kind of opens us up to over there. Or I could do the sofa here. There'll be opening there. The two chairs over here. Either way, two sofas is the resolve that separate from each other, giving space for like a side table or something in between that kind of creates an illusion of open, but still provides the cozy. So I'm really excited to get those in position. We've got new rugs on the way. We need a much bigger rug for this space. This table, there's been a couple of y'all that have hit me up about this table. We're going to move the table somewhere else. And once I figure out Whether or not I'm going to keep it or sell it, I'll let you know. But for right now, she's staying because there may be some use for her in another part of the home. But all of this will look different according to the mood board. And I think it will all tie in greatly. So I'm super pleased with where we're going. We finally got these sconces. Let's go over here and talk about these sconces, child. Because I'm so sick. I was so sick of waiting on these. So we finally got these in, and I have them hung. And it took them 9 million years to get here. This is one of those sconces from Z Gallery that everybody has. And I know I talk about being unique and finding different pieces, but y'all, I saw these and I was absolutely in love. And I was like, I'm going to have those even though everybody else got them. So they come in this brass color. They come in like a nickel color. And they even have some black ones. The black ones are even more on back order than these are. But I actually like these in this space. This is going to move. I'm going to replace this with a mirror this size. That way, there's a little bit of, it's toned down right now, but I want to tone it up, if that makes sense. Like, I want to bring the room up. And I know that's probably a contradiction because I was like, it's too feminine in here. But I do want to add a little jazz over here because the cabinet that I'm looking at for right here, I'll insert a picture, is also kind of muted. So I'm going to need something in the space that kind of brings that luxe feel back to the space. So we're going to put a mirror there just to accomplish that. And then on the table, I have that there for now, but that's probably going to move. I saw like a brass like dough bowl. I'm probably going to do that with some moss in it, drop a couple pumpkins in it for the holidays, and then call it a day. So yeah, so that's the updates in this space. So now let's chat holiday decor, because I've done a little bit. Not a lot of bit, just a little bit based off of what I already have. And for this, here, I don't know why those black lines are there. And for this, I'm probably going to have y'all give me some feedback because I don't normally decorate for fall season. So I don't know what I'm doing. I know inside I want it to be really luxe, really chic. Well, I won't even call it really luxe, just kind of chic. Not cheesy like I have the front door. I want there to be nodes to fall, not Thanksgiving turkeys everywhere. So I'm gonna show you what I have right now, and then I would love to see any of you guys' ideas. Maybe you can DM me or just drop them down in the comments. Trying to bring the space together because we are hosting for Thanksgiving. So I do want it to be festive when people arrive. I do want it to be holiday-like when people arrive. And because Summer went so crazy about it and because Morgan is so invested in this process, I'm willing to put in a little bit of work to try to figure out how to make it work. So we're going to start the front door and then we'll come in and I'll show you, because the only places that I've really decorated or started to decorate are at the front door and in the kitchen. So I'll let you see that and then you can tell me what you think. And don't hold back. I'm going to be okay. If you don't like it, say you don't like it, child. And be like, maybe try this, maybe try that, Or be like, that's cute, but nah, okay. Go get you some pampas grass. But I don't like pampas grass. Anyways, I'm going to stop rambling. Let's go to the front door, check it out. I'm going to show you what I did. The front door, I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be super cheesy. My little girls, it just is what it is. I'm going to try to bring it into my style as much as possible, but the little girls ain't having it. Like, I had to pull Morgan back. If you saw my Instagram story, I was like, sis, please stop, because that don't work. That is not working, but it is what it is. I'm going to show you what we have so far, and then we'll come into the inside, and I'll show you what I've done in the kitchen to try to bring some elements of fall in, and then we'll wrap up today's video. So let's head outside real quick. Okay, so my GoPro went dead on me. I don't know what that's all about, but anyways, so at the front door, I'm still holding on to my blue. But there were a few things that I had. So I had all of these pumpkins, all of which came from Hobby Lobby. And I don't know if you can link to Hobby Lobby or not, but I'll try. But at some point in life, all of these came from Hobby Lobby. So I was like, okay, we're going to figure out how to use them. And then I had this lantern sitting over in the sitting area already. And then this sign came from Hobby Lobby at some point. So at the front door, I just wanted to, again, just have a note to fall. So I cleaned up the front flower bed for the purposes of decorating for Christmas. But I was like, okay, let's do something out here for the kids. So this Hello Autumn sign I have sitting on like a stack of hay behind my gardenias that I haven't even taken a picture off of, and then that lantern. So we're going to clean off that lantern and probably put like a little candle in there, like a citronella candle or something. We'll only burn it if we're outside, but it'll be orange, just to kind of tie in the fall colors. But that's the silhouette on one side of the door. I'm okay with this. It's cool. I don't think I want to add anything else there. It's just simple enough. That's all I got, okay? Summer saw this, and she about lost it. She's like, oh, it's so pretty. So I was like, okay, we can leave it like that. But over here, we got 900 pumpkins, and they just kind of sitting here. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm actually going to move the gardenias to the back on the hay and move that pumpkin to the front, and then just kind of have all the rest of the pumpkins sitting around on the floor. I don't know, but we just needed a little bit of something to say autumn up here. Now what I really did want, once I committed to the process, was some beautiful a beautiful wreath or wreaths to go on the door. I did go shop for some. I wasn't able to find any. I'll try to keep shopping this weekend. I wasn't able to find any that I was willing to spend money on. So they were like $200 for the ones that I saw and I liked. And I was like, I don't know about that. So what I might do, if I can't find the garland, the wreaths, is just put some garland around the door and call it a day. And this will kind of be the walk up for autumn for now. Okay. In the little sitting area, we just pulled some stuff out. So I found these cute little pillows. I'm usually not a fan of like the farmhouse pillows that have like the writing on them and stuff. But I was like, these are kind of cute. They're kind of cute. So I found a cute little pillow that says, hey, pumpkin. And I've got it positioned where you can kind of see it from the street. Now, this Halloween stuff I've actually had for a little while. And Morgan kind of set this silhouette up. She likes it. This is actually like a snow globe. So we can put that on a timer. And at night, it's going all over the place. Super cute. She was really excited about that. So I kind of let her set that up. That's her space. She done good. And then we have this grateful pillow. So I'll pull back real quick and go to the patio. Or not to the patio, to the front so you can see. I'm not sure what I'm going to do right there. I'm probably just going to move it out. And this can just be the sitting area. Or be decorated. So down here, Morgan spread out all this hay. I tried to clean it up. She's like, no, mommy, you gotta leave it because hay is supposed to be everywhere. Like, it's supposed to be a mess. So don't touch it. It's supposed to be like that. So I was like, okay. I don't know how long my nerves gonna let me leave that like it is, but for now, it is what it is. So real quick, let's step back. We'll take my house shoes off. So you can see what it looks like, kind of coming in. But yeah, that's it. That is it. So I'm cool with that for now. Baby girl is trying to have skeletons and stuff like that in the yard. I just don't know if I'm willing to invest that this year. I'm already in like Christmas purchasing mode because we got to fill up the yard. So I think because I love Christmas so much more, my coins will be better suited buying the stuff that I love and I know I can decorate with instead of kind of experimenting like I'm doing now. So that's the front door. I think I'm good here. I'm gonna play with this a little bit this weekend, see what I can make it do. Maybe the priority this weekend is getting the office painted and then see if I can find some garland. And if not, then we'll do it. It'll be done by the first week in October, hopefully. So that's the front door. Let's walk in really quickly. I got a couple of candles. And they are doing their job. So I haven't done anything, and I'm whispering because Tim's in a meeting. I haven't done anything with the entry right here yet. This piece is my great-grandmother's piece, and I've upcycled it a couple of times, but I need to change the hardware on there. I don't know what I was going through, but I found some on Amazon I'm gonna grab. And then I need to find like some coffee table books, see what lamp I'm gonna really leave here, see what I'm gonna do as far as the wall is concerned. This artwork, I just kind of put here as a placeholder. I don't think that's what's gonna happen. I think I'm gonna do a really simple mirror. And then on this side, I wanna do like a gallery wall with all the family pictures. Ignore all of that. That is for campaign. Ignore that book. That's what happens when my children leave stuff on the table that they're supposed to take upstairs. But this candle, I got this from, where did I get this candle from? I do not know. I cannot remember. But it smells like one of those high-end retail stores. And I was like, I need that at my front door. Like, I need to walk through the front door and smell that. And it is doing its job. These will actually be here. This is probably the only thing that will still be here in some shape, form, or fashion when I get to the entryway, which we'll probably do after we finish the office. Because I do like them. They do speak fall. These I've had. I won't say they came from Hobby Lobby as well, but I think it's really pretty and I can make something work here once it's all together. But that candle is amazing. I think it's Coco de Mar, something like that. I don't know. I'll show you the label for it in just a second. And then here in the kitchen, again, I didn't want things to be like super cheesy. So originally I thought I was gonna put this on the dining room table, but then it went to the dining room table and it was just too much going on. Even that glass vase that used to be here that I put over there is too much going on. I'm just gonna drop something real small, bring it down. But here, I think this works a little bit better. So I got some artificialness going on real quick here with some softer fall colors. These pumpkins I had when I tried to do some stuff before in the past, and I think they work. I'm okay with just how this is. This acorn can stay here for both fall and Christmas. This will change out when it's Christmas time. This candle I actually got from Kirkland's, and it smells like my husband straight out the shower. I mean, it was so cozy. When I smelled it, I brought it home and I was like, here, babe, this smells like you. And he's like, okay. But I love it. It smells like my man. And when I walk through the kitchen, I get the smells of my man. And I absolutely adore that. Here in this dough bowl, I just filled it with some potpourri that I found at the Home Goods, bringing back in my blue. This actually smells really good. It's not that fragrant. I think it's just for decoration, if anything else. But this I'm starting to like. I think I'm okay with that. Ain't done nothing over here. I found the cheesiest fancy towels at Home Goods. I'm actually going to go and see if I can find some more of these. while I didn't want it to be like over the top, I just thought this was cute. It's like a perfect mix of sparkle and nostalgia. So I was like, okay, I'll play for a little bit. It's cute. It's just decoration. And then over on this side, just a couple more pumpkins. And that's it. That's all I'm doing. I think that's all I'm going to do in here. Oh, and then over by the coffee bar, I had these fillers. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to throw them in there and let that work, see what happens. I'll get another vessel and put some fall flowers in there just to make a point over there. But I think I'm cool. I'm good on the fall decor. So that's it. Let's hop back on camera real quick and talk about what's coming in next week's video. And then I'd love to hear what you guys thought about today's video. Guys, so that is it for today's video. Like I said, this weekend, the goal is to get the office painted, but I'm gonna need some help. Like, I cannot tackle that by myself. And then once the office is painted, next week we can talk about like floor planning and stuff like that. I'll show you some of the pieces that are already on order and already on the way. It's really going to be more creative studio in there versus just work desks and stuff like that. So the desk that I have in there, it'll be for sale once the other desk comes in. But I'm really excited to get in that space because I will be working in there and I'll be able to do my creative thing in there and it'll be really cool. So as for the living room, I think that's going to be it for now until pieces start coming in. The coffee table is going to be a couple of months. From what I see, the sofas won't be in until the end of the month. Maybe when the rugs and stuff come in, you know, we'll do that. Maybe once I figure out which Jew, I think I'm saying that right. It's going to be up top. I'll show you guys that. But then once we're done with the office, I think we're going to tackle Tim's office. We may take a break in between to do like the mud room and the entryway because I do want those spaces to go ahead and kind of get ready for the holidays. And I've got to travel at the end of October, so we may knock them out at the same time. But yeah, so let me know what you think. I'm super excited about where we're going so far. And then I'm really excited to get back in the office next week because we got boxes and stuff all over the place with stuff out of my office, and I'm ready to kind of clean up because when stuff is all over the place, it makes me anxious. So I'm ready to clean up, get that stuff in there how it's supposed to be, and start utilizing the space like it has been designed to be done. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. If you hadn't subscribed, be sure to do so. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye for now.